actually wanted to jump in and have a quick chat to you about the roller coaster ride of being a business owner, and sharing the roller coaster ride that I've had this week. I've had people say to me recently and over the years, you know, Faye, someone said this to me recently, Faye, you've got it all together, everything seems to be going so great for you. And I was really quite upset and irritated by it, because I pride myself on being very honest and open and real, and particularly on social media. So that kind of hit where it hurt, because I thought, God, like, am I not showing enough of the rough and dirty stuff, the rough and raw? Because my life isn't perfect and things aren't going brilliantly all of the time at all. So that's why I wanted to jump in. Hey, Emma, wanted to jump in and share with you what my week has been like this week, and particularly the polar opposites of 2 days. Because despite being 11 years down the track as a business owner, I'm no different from, you know, potentially you and every other person's either starting a business today or 20, 25 years, 50 years down the track, right? So this week, where are we? We're Friday. So on Wednesday, I had one of my kind of lowest points of business, I think. I was just having just a shitty day, frankly, where I got to the point that I was questioning, why am I doing this? It would be easier to go and work for somebody else. I'd make more money. This is too stressful. I'm pissed off with it. Like, all of those emotions, right? And I say all of this because I don't think that I'm any different to anyone else. I reckon as business owners, we've all experienced that at some point, unless you are literally, well, I mean, even if you're in the first month or two of your business and it's still really exciting and there's that novelty factor, you probably also got that kind of fear and trepidation about, am I going to be making enough money? Am I going to replace my income that I had in the corporate world beforehand, or whatever your situation is? So I was going through one of those really low dips of questioning everything about what I do. And remember, I'm in my 11th year, or 11 and a half years of business now. So I've ridden this roller coaster for a long time. And, you know, for many years, it's been big dips and troughs. Dips and troughs, they're the same thing, highs and lows. But as the years have gone on, it's starting to, you know, smooth out, and those highs and lows aren't so dramatic anymore. But Wednesday was one of those dramatic days where I just started questioning everything, and went to bed, felt exhausted, felt down, felt, you know, just kind of lost in everything. And then yesterday I got up and my day was the complete polar opposite. So I had the best day I've had in business in a long time. I got lots of new clients, lots of awesome, grade A, my target market clients who I love working with. I had some amazing conversations with ladies who have said yes to being speakers in my Shine program, people that I've had on my radar and wanted to come into Shine for a long time. I won a competition. All these things. It was a domino effect of all these different things happening that made my day like thoroughly awesome. And at the end of the day, I went to the gym, cracked open a bottle of wine while I was cooking dinner, glugged that wine. It's never tasted so good. Knew The Bachelor was on last night. Like, you know, I'm a saddo. I love The Batchy. And I just had this beautifully refreshing moment of, this is good. We're not good. This is great. This was an awesome day. I feel amazing. I so love what I do, and I've pushed myself on this path for 11 years. I'm totally in the right place. Now, that's not me bragging. I'm not boasting about that. What I really want to highlight to you is the polar opposites of 2 days back to back. So Wednesday, I was ready to give it all up. Thursday, I'm just back in love with my business, and it couldn't have gone any better. I literally wouldn't have changed anything about yesterday. I wouldn't get greedy and add anything on. It was exactly how I wanted it to be. And the challenge with being your own boss, and particularly for solopreneurs where you might be sitting in your office alone like I am, is managing the ebbs and flows of that emotional roller coaster that you can go through. Because for me, what keeps me going is recognizing that I know that those troughs, those big dips, I come out of and I survive. And, you know, when I pick myself up, they aren't always as good as yesterday was, but I'll have these moments that reaffirm I'm on the right track. there is a purpose and a big why behind what I do, and this was meant to be. It's always been a thing that I've wanted to do. I've always wanted to be a business owner, be my own boss. I'm very passionate about women in business. There's a massive why behind what I do. So the internal dialogue, I have to keep reminding myself of that when I lose my way, like I did on Wednesday, and start questioning why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I think the other thing, thanks, Ren. Ren just said, no, don't give up. You've changed my life. Ren is one of my newest clients who's just got the most amazing passion and energy, and I'm thrilled that you're on board, Ren. And thank you for being here. Hey, Lisa. Emma, thank you. She said, totally agree. Love your honesty. Emma said, my week this week, sick kids, being solopreneur, no one else to do my work, and now me sick. Just do what I can, and my clients know family comes first. Yeah, exactly. But, you know, sometimes it can be really hard to get ourselves in that positive, calm down, this is going to be okay mode. And I think also, hey Lisa, also as business owners, I know for me, when I'm growing as a business owner, and I've got a thirst for learning, so I'm always pushing myself, you'll be in your comfort zone momentarily, or for some of you it might be longer, and then you'll push yourself up. It's like you're moving up that ladder, pushing yourself to learn something new, to progress. And so then you're outside of your comfort zone, and then things get uncomfortable again, and they get tricky, and suddenly the shit might hit the fan, or something might go wrong, or you're not getting the yeses that you want, you're not making the progress that you want or in the timeline that you wanted. And that's when it starts to all get uncomfortable again. And so if I look at my 11 years in business, the peaks and troughs have often come when I've been pushing myself. You know, the peaks have come where I've learned something new, I'm growing, and it's all coming into place. And the troughs come because I go, right, I'm ready for the next thing now, and I'm going to learn. And it feels like you're taking a backward step and things get tough again. In fact, you're not. You're just on this trajectory where you're moving forward. But the reality of the day-to-day can feel like you're kind of taking a backward step, and it's all got tough again. So this live isn't about how do you get out of that, but it's really about recognizing that the peaks and troughs happen in business. Oh look, and I've got kidlets joining me now as well. Here we go. I've got peaks and troughs. Charlie, I'm talking to lots of people right now, so go away. Don't you just love the spontaneity of school holidays, barking dogs and children? So yeah, it's recognizing that peaks and troughs happen, and starting to build up that growth mindset and the resilience that you actually can do this, and you need to stick to your guns. So what can you do if you're having one of those really shitty days today where you're questioning why you're in it? And you know, it's lovely hearing me saying all of this, but the reality is that things are feeling pretty crappy right now. Well, what do I do? And you know, this isn't rocket science, right? We could do a whole coaching session, probably a whole training course on getting out of the funk, but let's just look at the quick wins right now if you're feeling in that space. So quick wins are simple things like get out of your office, go for a walk, go and exercise. For me, it's F45, just smash myself for 45 minutes, always come out in a better headspace. It could be going out to your network, talking to somebody. You know, for me yesterday, whilst I got out of that funk, the thing that I realised at the end of the day really lifted me dramatically was the really inspiring conversations I had. I've just seen Jenny come on, Jenny DeLacy, the visibility coach. She's going to be one of our awesome masterclass speakers in November. And she's one of the ladies I was talking about at the very start of this, because she's agreed to come on as a masterclass expert. And she was just someone who, having that conversation with her, made me laugh, made me lift my game, inspired me, and made me have this really great sense of satisfaction that I've got this awesome speaker coming in to shine. So I'm glad you're here, Jenny. Thank you, because you were part of the reason I had an amazing day yesterday. Which brings me on to what I was just about to say. If you work for yourself and you're potentially in a role where you're not talking to a lot of people every day, because I don't talk to people every single day, right? You recognize where your highest energy levels come from. And for me, it's actually really connecting with people, talking to people. Like, I love doing these. Although you're not talking back to me face to face, I love the connection and seeing your comments come up. And these things raise the bar for me. So if you're in a bit of a funk, get out there and go and talk to your bestie, go and talk to someone who's in your network, go to a networking event, jump into a group like this and say, I'm having a crappy day, has anyone got any ideas? But connect, because don't sit there alone. Being in that dip, which may not just be a day, it might be a whole week, or it might be weeks, and for some people it's months, and I get that. You've got to push yourself out and talk to people, because they will help you get out of that funk. You know, maybe it's getting a coach, and hey, if you'd like that to be me, I would love to have a chat to you about it. The shiners that are in my Shine tribe, you know, we have a great community there, and it's there to help lift people out of, you know, some of the darkest days of business, as well as high-fiving them and celebrating their successes. So think about what it is for you, but make sure that you're taking some kind of action. And that action could be going and getting a block of chocolate, watching Netflix for an hour, and giving yourself a break from the devil on your shoulder that's saying to you, you know, maybe you shouldn't be doing this, maybe you're not good enough, the limiting beliefs, the internal dialogue that just doesn't help propel us forward. Because sometimes we just need to give ourselves that little break, and that in itself will allow us to go back refreshed and gain some momentum. One of the things I love doing is sitting down, clean piece of paper, mind mapping. Go, okay, well, if I've not got the client flow that I want, if I'm struggling in, you know, one of the programs I run, or if something's not going to plan, sit down and map out all of the different options and ideas that I could play with. The thing I love about mind mapping is it's not like a list. I'm not writing a to-do list saying I've got to do this stuff. I'm just showing myself that there are actually lots of other options. I don't have to sit stuck. I can actually look at the options around the mind map and work out what one I could take action on now that would just inch me forward. I've talked a lot about bite-sized pieces. Now, if you're in one of those big dips and you're on that roller coaster of being a business owner, then getting out of it can feel like eating an elephant. Suddenly feels like it's this colossal task. You know, if you're looking, the reality is for some people, they're looking and they can't pay their mortgage that month, or they have no idea where the next client's going to come from, and that's a hugely stressful situation. Getting out of that can feel like you've got this whacking great big elephant in front of you, and you've got to eat the whole thing in one go, because otherwise how the hell are you going to make progress? And actually that's a very debilitating mindset. So the way to get out of that is to break down the issue into bite-sized pieces, because even eating an elephant becomes manageable and palatable if the pieces are small enough. So if you're in a funk right now and things aren't going so well, grab a piece of paper, draw a circle in the middle. You might write "get out of the funk" in the middle, or whatever it is to you, and mind map all the different things that you can do. When I'm going like this, it's like you draw lines out the circle. If you're not familiar with mind mapping, comment below and I'll find something to show you so that you can get your head around it, because it's great. And you'll draw lines out of your circle and write down every idea that you can think of that could possibly get you out of that state. And maybe it's talking to someone, maybe it's doing some exercise, maybe it's getting some coaching on your marketing techniques, maybe it's learning more about social media, so on, so on. You know, it's unique to every one of you. And then pick the thing that's the smallest bite-sized piece that you can eat today or Monday and move yourself forward. Because once you start making that progress, it's amazing how many of the other bite-sized pieces of that elephant you can start to eat. And it really, really helps with that roller coaster. The last thing I really want to say is, for me, you know, as I said at the beginning, the roller coaster has often been big highs and lows, but now, you know, it's smoothed out. It's smoothed out? Yes, smoothed out. And sometimes there are still those bad days, just like Wednesday was, but there are a lot more highs and there are significantly less massive downward spirals. So stick with it, ladies. If you know that what you're doing is commercially viable, if you know you're onto a good thing, you're passionate about it, recognize that being a business owner, being an entrepreneur is going to come with that roller coaster. And what we want to do is just smooth it out, but not be unrealistic enough to think that it's ever going to be a flat ride. Like, you don't want a flat line anyway, right? We need some excitement, we need some adrenaline, but you just don't want to be hitting rock bottom too often, if at all. Okay, so I have children queuing up waiting to see me. I think the batteries in the Wii have broken, so you know it's of high significance and importance, but I hope this has been helpful for you. If you're listening to the replay, please comment below and let me know where you're at in your business. Ren, thank you so much. I do like to keep it real. I like to be really honest. You know, my journey as a business owner right now to this day is not all bells and whistles, and I think it's really important to recognize that, because the smoke and mirrors of social media can make us feel like everybody's got their shit together, and you know what, that absolutely is not true. So I will always share the good, the bad and the ugly with you. Thanks, Jenny. I can't wait for you to come on the masterclass. Super stoked about that, and I'll be giving you some awesome details about that soon, so watch this space. All right, ladies, well, I would love your feedback. Let me know where you're at on the roller coaster of being a business owner. I'd love to know, you know, if you're riding the highs at the moment, you've got some good tips and tricks that help people get out of that funk, things that work for you, please share them. We're an awesome community here, and I don't profess to know it all, so I'd love to know what you do to help kind of smooth that roller coaster ride out. All right, I want to wish you a fabulous Friday. I hope it's a cracking one. For those of you juggling school holidays, go forth and conquer. Please jump in if you need any help or just a sanity check. I'm totally here, or we can just trade diet stories. Very happy to do that. But I want to wish you a fabulous Friday, an awesome weekend, and looking forward to being back again very, very soon. Thanks, ladies, for joining me. I'll see you later. Bye.